If you hadn't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hello to our listening parties out there, returning members and new members. We just want to thank you for tuning in with us. Today our subject is going to be talking about real friends and fake friends and everything in between. Again, my name is Sun Soul X, and this is
I
King.
am Soul Toucher the Poet, aka Petty Pablo. You know me.
And we just want to welcome you to the King and I. So, my brother.
What's up?
Where would you like to start?
Man, I don't even know where to start. It's crazy out here in these streets, man.
It is. It's very crazy right now.
You know, you grow up with the whole mindset of, family is family, blood is thicker than water. Then you get old and you realize that that's not necessarily the case. It's not concrete. Then you attach on to people that you consider friends, and then you call them family. And then you realize at some point, everybody ain't your friend, even if they family. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how how people preach one thing and they practice sometimes the total opposite of that when it comes to friends and stuff.
Right. My thoughts on that is you're totally right. I mean, because I have some friends like you and I. We go back from what? I think you're in the damn like the 6th grade. I was in the 5th grade, some shit like that.
I got over there in the 7th grade, so I think we probably met when I was in 8th or 9th grade.
Okay, so yeah.
Something like that.
So I had to be in like the 6th or 7th grade, somewhere around there. But anyway, shit, me and you have been tight since fucking day one and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like I have some cousins, man, where I couldn't tell you the first thing about that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like we blood related first cousins, but we just don't connect like that. Like I see him and he see me, hey, what's going on, cuz? And that's it. Like there are no words, there are no conversations other than, how your family doing or what's going on with so and so and so and so. But other than that, there's really no connection like that. And I don't get it. I don't know why it's like that, because I consider myself one of those people that get along with everybody, at least try to anyway.
Yeah.
You get on my bad side, then I ain't got no work for you.
On that bad side, it's another animal.
Yeah, man. But I just don't get why family, like you said, some family members you connect with, and then other family members you just have nothing with.
Yeah.
And I guess it's maybe a spiritual thing, or I don't know. I can't explain it.
I don't know what it is. Cause like I got a lot of cousins through marriage from my stepfather, and like we was tight growing up, and now it's like we are at like we Facebook friends and everything like that, and it's like outside of that is nothing. It's like, hey, let's get together, and it's like, okay, well, all right, whatever. I really don't. I just don't understand the dynamic of the Black family. I'll say, and in my opinion, it's gotten a lot worse than it was a long time ago. I just, and I, for myself, I can't understand it. And as much as I want to, sometimes I just throw my hands up in the air because it's just too much.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things like when they go back and they say Big Mama. You know, everybody had that Big Mama, and Big Mama. When you're dealing with Big Mama, your ass fell in line or your ass fell out because she is gonna put a whooping on your ass that you wish you were sleeping
Yeah.
and not the good sleeping.
Yeah.
But that type of connection we don't see that nowadays. Today, it's like um, the primary focal point of my family on my mom's side was my grandmother. When my grandmother passed, my mother. When my mother passed, it's falling upon my older sister. Now, true enough, my older sister is doing the best she can to carry on that legacy or um, that tradition, but at the same time, this generation, uh, they just they can't identify with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like every year we try to make sure at least once a year we get together, everybody, family wide. Like, and I can't even say it's a family reunion. It's more like just a family get together because we don't do the whole T-shirt or the trips or nothing like that. But we try to descend upon my grandmother's house or where it used to be, and we get it in from there. But it's just crazy to me because watching a yard full of damn people everywhere to now is just like a handful of people that really do trip me out.
You doing better than me on that part because I know on my mother's side and on my father's side, we never had a family reunion ever
Oh wow.
that I know of, and I'm 47, so that blows my mind. And you know, I've had more brat get-togethers, more brat reunions than I've had family reunions, which I've had pretty much none. And as far as family gatherings, um, let me see, my sister's grandmother passed probably in, damn, I don't know, it's been at least 5 or so years. And
Uh,
those family gatherings have dwindled down a lot. Um, I have cousins on my father's side that I haven't even met yet.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, that.
But the crazy thing is we Facebook friends.
Okay. All
Facebook
right.
friends, but ain't never seen each other in person.
Wow.
And some of them live in South Carolina, and I've been to South Carolina at least 7 times in the last no more than 7 times in the last 5 years,
Oh dang.
and ain't seen none of them.
Now that is out of ordinary right
That's
there.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
it is. That's pretty wild. But back to the subject of friends, real friends. Um, the crazy part about it is all my friends or the people I consider my real friends are I really can't consider them friends. I really consider them brothers because anytime we together, it's kind of like we never freaking left each other's side. You know what I'm
right.
saying? It's kind of like that instant connection is right there.
Right. Right.
And that's the thing about, again, as far as my friends is, I don't know if it's like I guess you can say it's just a connection that we have. We all had that damn connection where um even now, some of them I haven't seen in years, but they're to call me up on the phone, be like, hey, I need you.
Mm-hmm.
Where you need me at?
Right. Right. Right.
And it's just like that with us, and vice versa. But again, I guess that's the difference between people you actually have a connection with as far as friends and people you say are friends, but they're more associates.
Yeah. 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 Because I have a couple of people um in the last I guess 5 years and say, "Oh, you my brother, you my brother," and then through the grapevine, why this dude talking bad about me? Like I'm supposed to be your brother, and you talking bad about me behind my back, and then I hear about it through third and fourth and fifth parties. I'm like, yo, hey, I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Like your life is your life, my life is my life. We have our own lanes. If I ain't doing nothing to knock you off your road, why are you trying to knock me off mine? I mean, I just don't get how dudes roll like that. Mainly dudes.
I don't either. I don't either. I have a friend right now. Me and him, I can honestly say he'd be one of those people that if you call me in the middle of the night and say, "Hey, I need you," I'm gone.
Mm.
But on the flip side of that is I noticed that he's the type, uh, how should I put it? As long as you're at his level, as far as like success or beneath his level, everything's gravy. But if you start to like peak a
Mm.
little bit above his level, I don't know. It's kind of like he bags off. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get it. It's simply because I've known this cat for so long. You know what I'm saying? And I won't mention his name. Uh, I seriously doubt if he's listening right now. But um, I don't know. I'm just the type. You know me. You know, like if you cool with me, I'm down with you. Whatever you set your mind to, hey, bro, I'm right there behind you. I
Right.
mean, I remember you telling me about you want to put your poems together, in a book, and I was like encouraging you like a motherfucker, like, yeah,
Right.
go on, do it, dog, go on, do it.
Yeah.
And shit, when you first came out with that book, I damn near want to cry myself. But anyway, he's a type that, again, as long as I don't rise above the status of where he think he is, we're good. And I just don't get it because the simple fact that he knows that, I've watched him start his business. I've been there, on several occasions to help him, grow his business. Even if that's just to sweep the damn floor, you know what I mean? Take
Right.
the trash out. And, not expecting anything out of it, not even a damn thank you. It's just me and you, my homeboy. I want to see you do well because,
Right.
we just that cool like that. But I noticed there have been times when I would ask him like questions as far as like, hey, how did you do this or how did you do that? And I never get a straight answer. So it's kind of like, oh, okay. So it's like that. But anyway, I don't know. Some friends are just weird like that, I guess.
I think
Maybe
it's
just
part of today's society. You know, most of us who we look at as friends or whatever the case may be, we are in a certain age bracket. Um, this younger generation, the way they move, I think a lot of people in our age bracket want to move that way, but can't move that way in our age bracket, because the way the younger generation is moving is just crazy to me sometimes because they don't have that cohesive bond so much. And
right,
we do to an extent, but it's like I think some people in our age bracket they have this narcissistic mentality to where it's like if they think you're doing more, you're a threat to them. And it's like, I'm not even thinking about you in that way. Uh,
right,
you might be doing something that I may gravitate to and may want more information because I may want to do something similar, not stepping on your toes, but why are you taking that as me being a threat to whatever you're doing? Because whatever you're doing, like you could be half a country away. I mean, yeah, half the country away. Whatever you're doing, you have your market, your followers, or whatever the case may be. I'm over here. There's no need to compete.
exactly.
Especially if you know, on the side you have this whole, oh yeah, we need to stick together mentality. But if you have that mentality, if I'm coming to you because I see you doing something and I might want some pointers from you, why can't you just pass the information to me? It's no different from passing the information down to the next generation. I mean, if we all want to exceed and excel in all this, I don't I don't understand the tension, the fight, and all that other stuff. I don't understand it.
Right, right. Um, to go back to what you're talking about as far as the younger generation, um, I think a lot of the older cats, the ones that I still get down with, and I see them kind of like hating on the younger generation to a certain extent, especially like, for example, I'll say like the rap game, for instance. I won't pull it any closer than that to me, but the rap game, back when me and you were coming up, our guys were like LL Cool J and Kumo D and Run DMC and cats along that line.
Right.
And anyway, when they were doing their thing, there was no hate as far as us. We just enjoyed their music.
Right.
You'll see them, on the cover of magazines with the limousines and all that stuff, and you wouldn't even think twice about it.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me 1 second here. But nowadays, the older generation is kind of like they hate to see the young cats with the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris and
Mm-hmm.
all that comes with that, that lifestyle. And they're talking about the music is just not the same anymore. It doesn't make any sense, or it doesn't have a storyline, or the beat is crazy, or is this mumble rap, or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, no, I can't identify with it. There are certain songs I can catch, but there are other songs I'm like, nigga,
Hey,
what?
that's way above my stratosphere.
Exactly. But the way I look at it is, it's their time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't do it the way we did it because that was our time. This is their time. So of course you can't relate to it because, one, they're a totally different age group than us, and two is times have changed so dramatically that of course you can't identify with that because it's just not your time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Another thing that I realized when it comes to friends is, you know, I made a drawing a while back and it was called Circle of Friends. So this is what it looks like. Circle of
Right,
Friends. So you notice how the circles overlap.
right,
And, if you look at the people that you deal with on a daily basis, you may have people in three different circles. And part of the problem is, me and you may be cool with three people, and they be cool with three people over here and three people over there.
right,
And what I've noticed with a circle of friends, because a lot of people say, "Oh, I keep my circle of friends small," and it's like that's understandable. But you have to
right.
realize that potentially one of those people in your circle or all those people in your circle have a different circle that they're a part of. And the problem with that is there's going to be people in their circles that don't like you.
Uh-huh.
And this person has to play a tug of war with you and that other person. And the problem with that is, you have people saying certain things like, so let's say me, you, and somebody else is talking, and me and you is just tight like that. And this other
Right,
person is part of the conversation. Now, this other person may not be as tight as me and you are, and they're tight with this other person who may have a beef with me or you. Now they're playing tug of war and they're running back to this person saying, well, what, such and such said this and such said that. And then you have this whole domino effect with these overlapping circles. And that's
Right.
one thing that I've definitely noticed over the last 5 years. And it's like, it's aggravating, it's frustrating, and it's tiring because it's like, I may not have considered you a friend, but I considered you close. And now that, these circle of friends are overlapping, and, somebody in my circle that's always also in your other circle has come back to me and said, hey, well, this person said this to this person. It's like, yo, I can't even look at you as a friend no more because we have this issue.
Right. And that's so crazy that people actually spend their time doing that.
It is
That's
crazy.
something I've never been able to grasp. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you said, you have so many circles where they connect, but they don't connect.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because I remember one time I had had a night of celebration. I think I had just gotten my first patent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a small group of friends of mine, even though they ran in different circles, they wanted to help me celebrate it.
Mm-hmm.
So we basically agreed to meet at this club, and we're all gonna celebrate, there. And it was so funny to me because even though I'm friends with all of them could not connect with each other like that.
Wow.
It's like I was that common factor.
You was
You know what I'm saying? Like if it wasn't for me, these guys never would have kicked it with each other ever. Even though they know each other,
mm-hmm.
never would have kicked it with each other. So that was one of those learning experiences.
Mm-hmm.
But it also taught me that, you know, just because we all know each other, that still don't mean that we cool.
Right. It don't mean nothing. Like, hey,
No,
we
it
just know
don't.
each other. Outside of that, it's whatever.
Yeah. So um again, friends can be kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like certain friends want certain attention from you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they want that attention from you, and they kind of find your other friends I don't want to say competition, but it's kind of like they crave your attention away from your other friends more
That's what it
than,
boils down to: competition,
you get what I'm saying?
jealousy, envy, entitlement. Like they feel like they're entitled to you more than somebody else is, and it's like, wait a minute, where did that come from? Like, I can't be
Yeah,
friends with you and this person equally. Like, help me understand.
exactly. I don't know. It's kind of like an attention thing that
Yeah.
they not necessarily have to be the center of attention, but they have to have your attention.
Yeah. When they want it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially with females. I don't get it.
Oh my God, that's a whole.
Females, that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother
Man,
day. I'm
man.
not even gonna get into that.
Right. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Not with
but
the grief. Like, chill.
yeah. But I can say my very first best friend, very first second best friend, I'm still friends with them here today. And my very first best friend was my cousin.
Wow.
uh, and we still cool as hell today, of course. But then my second best friend was like sandbox. So like
Mm-hmm.
we were 6, 7 years old playing in the sandbox,
Right.
and we still keep in contact here today. So
What's up?
yeah. But I don't know, man. It's I think because times have changed so much, with the whole Facebook thing and people being able to see your other friends and how you
Mm-hmm.
interact with your other friends,
Right.
uh, that may be a factor in how they, accept you or interact with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of like again, we have different categories of friends or friends that run in different circles, right? I have friends to this day that, they live below the poverty line.
Mm-hmm.
But, they do their thing. When I come back to the hood or if I pass through the hood, I always stop in to see them.
Right.
Ain't there no jealousy or animosity there. And then I have some friends who are pretty well to do. And, when I go see them and kick it with them, no, I'm not on your financial level,
Right.
but it's not something that they hold against me or look down on, on me as, like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hey, you should be living in this $1 million house too. But
Right.
it is what it is. Like, I don't know. Again, I think it's one of those things where we just have that connection with each other. So all that worldly shit, it don't even matter. You know what I mean?
I think when you said something about Facebook, I think with social media, I think it's in the grand scheme of things, it's a lot of access to a lot of people in a short amount of time. So, you know, you see somebody doing something all the time. And granted, they could have been the same person in high school. But the problem is with social media, certain people do certain things so much, and it's like, oh, this person that. Oh my God, they doing too much. They doing too much this, they too much that. And it's like certain people may have a certain feeling towards certain things, and because this person says something to this person, they don't want to go against what this person said, so they all join in the bandwagon, and now you're looking like the bad guy because one person don't like what you was doing, and the person that you was cool with is cool with this other person, which go back to that circle of friends, and
Right.
now what was tolerable is intolerable.
That is so crazy right
And
there.
it's crazy
So
because,
crazy.
and I put it to you like this because I had this conversation with somebody yesterday. Um, I had posted something on Facebook, and for me, like every now and then, I just post random crazy stuff, and it was mentioned to me like it was front page news, like it was out of the ordinary, and I was like, somebody did what? They First of all, me and you are not Facebook friends. So this person is my Facebook friend. Whoever this person, anonymous person is, I don't know who this person is, felt the need to go to you and say, look do you know what he did? Well, he did this, and it's like, to me, it's not that serious.
Right.
I guess this person said something to this person, so for this person to have an opinion, to side with you in your opinion. I mean, it's like, well, what the hell was your agenda? Help me understand.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm not bothering you, why are you bothering me? Because me and you not friends, but me and this person is friends. Oh, me and this person's friends. So you want this person to have a problem with what I did, and it has nothing to do with you. I don't
Yeah, help me understand. Help me bring it.
help me understand. Please help me understand.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I think with social media, having access to people, even though it's not in person, you see it every day, and subconsciously, it's just too much.
Right. It definitely can be.
Yeah,
Um,
and that makes people, choose sides so easily and so fickle and all that. I'm like, this,
oh man. I think it's one of those things, honestly, where I think people have gotten so sensitive. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like you could completely be totally talking about something else, not even remotely connected to this person, but they'll catch a word or a phrase out of, one sentence, and there you go. They
Mm-hmm.
think you're talking about them. And you're like, what the hell? I've just gotten to a place where I keep my Facebook deactivated.
Wow.
I go on
Really?
there, on for real. Like if you try to pull me up right now, you're not gonna find me. But
Oh, wow.
um,
That's funny.
because I find that a lot of my friends say shit um, that offend some of my other friends,
Mm.
and I can get it. And then sometimes I'll be like, okay, all right, but I just leave it shut down because I don't want that misunderstanding going on. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go on there, I might go on there for maybe like 3 or 4 days at a time, something like
Mm-hmm.
that. Hell, I might even do 10 days, but anything over 10, I'm shutting that bitch down because people
Wow.
will
That's
contact
great.
me talking about, hey, did you see this? Or sending me something that I have no interest in whatsoever. But it's just crazy how I think people have just turned sensitive or overly sensitive to
Yeah, that is
certain.
crazy. And I think it's even crazier to where, okay, so I have this friend over here posting something, and you over here, you get offended about what they posted. I'm like, what does that have to do with you? I'm not the middle person between what the hell they post and what you get offended about. If
Right,
if you feel so strongly about what my friends are doing over here or my associates or whatever, then you need to ignore it. Furthermore, if they post something, why are you even looking at it? If you're not friends with them.
exactly.
And then if you are friends with them, you have two choices: ignore it or delete them as a friend. Why are you
True.
telling me about it? Like, help me understand, because I'm not going to get in the middle, because this might be my road dog 50 grand. You're offended by
Right,
what they're posting, and it's not my issue. It's not my problem. And you're going to get offended that you're going to get upset with me because I'm not on your side. No, I'm not on your side because that's that person's page or whatever the case may be, and they do whatever they want to do.
right,
I'm not choosing between associates, friends, and family over what somebody else posts, and you shouldn't either. If it's a problem for you, no, you have three choices: ignore it, unfriend them, or get the hell off of social media. Period.
exactly.
Those are your choices. Because
Yep.
because for me, I can care less what anybody post or how they react to what I post. Just like I was posting political stuff not too long ago, and you know, people have strong differences of opinion, and you
True.
know, when it, when it
Yes,
comes
they
to
do.
when it
Yes,
comes
they
to a
do.
certain person that's in office right now, you
Hmm.
know, a certain group of people gets up in arms because of him, and the group of people get up in arms defending him. My thing is this: I don't care, because at, at the end of the day, as much as you're mad at them defending him, and as much as y'all are mad that they're against him, at the end of the day, we all in the same goddamn place. We in the same
Yeah,
damn place. Oh, he
that
did
is
this. Oh, he didn't do this. He did. You know what? We all ain't get a tax break. So why the hell y'all arguing?
true.
So I'm not going to take sides. I may not like what this person said, but you know what? That's your opinion. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's something I definitely try to avoid with all my friends to a certain degree. There's some of us that we can talk, politics and not be offended by, each other's opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have some friends where they are strong Republicans, and I have some friends who are strong Democrats. And, when they start interacting uh, on those subjects, I either stand there or I walk away. Now, if I stand there, it's strictly because I don't want to see someone get knocked out or get they behind whooped. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure we don't go there. But if I walk away, it's simply because I don't feel like hearing it. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm the type of person where I try to stay as neutral as possible. Because at the end of the day, whoever's in office, whether it be a Democrat or a Republican, there's nothing you can do about removing them,
and
except for
no
whatever you think you can do
on our friendship.
Right. Yeah. I want no parts of that. So.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That is so crazy.
So we would like to thank everyone for joining us on this topic about friends and real friends and how you interact with your friends. We hope that you guys will leave us notes or at least a few comments and let us know what do you think about the subject. And this is something we will definitely revisit again in the future,
definitely
in our future podcasts. But for now, this is the King and I. And we would like to thank you for tuning in to the King and I.
We signing out.
Peace.